Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football Match Day 3 deadline stream. And I have actually decided in the last 1 hour to activate my wildcard. So my wildcard is active. We are ready for match day 3. I am going to be picking my team as you guys are here. I'm going to be answering your questions as always. And let me know how you're feeling. Which how are you doing today, obviously? And which chip are you playing? Are you playing your wildcard? Are you playing your limitless? Are you just using transfers? Are you stranded? Let me know with all your questions. So for me, I really had to think hard about whether to use the wildcard chip this time. And I've decided to use it because I know I used the limitless in match day 2. But my team in match day 3, Man City playing Sparta Prague, and I don't have any Man City players. Inter Milan playing against Young Boys, I don't have any Inter Milan players. I have Saka in my team, obviously, and I have a couple like Musiala, who was injured in the last game. He didn't play against for Bayern over the weekend. Like, I had a lot of problems in my team, so I had to decide to use my wildcard, and that is what I've done. So as I answer your questions, let me obviously go through my wildcard team one player at a time as I answer your questions. So let me know how you guys are feeling. Match day 3 is here, man. Match day 3 is here. So let me see. Hi to you guys. Let's see in the chat. Ray, how are you, man? Nice seeing you. Nice being here. Alias always playing my limitless team. Interesting. I don't have that comfort anymore. I used it in match day 2. Havertz, Haaland, Lautaro, Gonçalves. Gonçalves has been injured. I know he got back to training, and he was in my team as well. And that is another reason why I decided to play my limitless, because he has been injured. I know he's back in training, but I was like, nah, I don't know. I need players who are definitely going to play like 80 plus minutes, and I'm not sure about him for this match day. If he starts, obviously they have a weaker opponent. They could obviously score or assist or something. Vats, Salah, Foden, Kochu, whichever. Trent, Gabriel, Bastoni, Grimaldo, Lewis, Raya, and Sommer. So for your limitless, I would actually go for Akanji instead of Lewis. So that is what I do with the Man City defender. Although I actually do think Sparta Prague could get a goal. They've not been that great defensively, Man City, this season. Update Lautaro to Taremi. I also don't like the Inter Milan forward players pick. Unless we are 100% sure who's going to start, I feel like there's too many good options. Humberto, how are you, man? Hi, Glenn, limitless team. Raya, Soma, Theo, Akanji, Gabriel, Frimpong, Grimaldo, Salah, Pulisic, Foden, Vats, Zakaria, Haaland, Gyökeres, Vini. Any thoughts thinking maybe Vlahovic or Watkins in? I have thought about those two particular players as well. What I would do, Gyökeres definitely keep, Haaland definitely keep. So it's between Vinicius, Vlahovic, and Watkins. I don't think Stuttgart is an easy opponent for Juventus anyway. So you know what? Who I'd go for between those three? I'd actually go for Watkins and Butter. Who's the best City defender on Limitless? Akanji, Danish. Also, who's the best captain today? I'd probably say between Mbappe and Gyökeres, probably. Watkins, Mbappe, I'd still go for. Bologna don't have an easy defense as well. That's why I actually went for their goalkeeper in match day 1 and 2, and he gave me like 10 points in match day 1. That's one of the reasons why I went for the Bologna goalkeeper. Last season, they were keeping a lot. They're not conceding a lot of goals. So I don't think like Aston Villa will win that game by 4-0 or something. I'm thinking Mbappe and Watkins are going to get the same return this week, maybe a goal each. So I'm just going to say Mbappe because the bonus and the player of the match awards, they fancy him and the likes of that. So I'm just going to stick with Mbappe from that. I'm currently thinking of dropping Grimaldo for another defender, but unsure for who yet. Also went Akanji over Gvardiol given Pep's press. Yeah, looks like Gvardiol could be rested. I think Grimaldo and Frimpong are too good of assets to drop, to not have at least one of them. Those guys are basically like having wingers in your team. When they score, you get 6 points, but they're basically playing as wingers. So for me, I have to have either one of Grimaldo or Frimpong. And with that said, my next pick on my Wildcard team is definitely going to be Grimaldo. So Grimaldo stays in my team. Grimaldo was in my original team and he stays in my team. Now, it's between Grimaldo and Frimpong. One of the reasons why I have gone for Grimaldo is because he usually gets subbed off. So if a player gets subbed off and like maybe Leverkusen are leading 1-0 and then he gets subbed off in the 70th minute, I love that. So that is why I've gone for him. He doesn't get subbed off like before the 60th minute. No, he gets subbed off like around the 70th, 80th minute. So if the clean sheet is intact, he gets saved the clean sheet. So that is one of the reasons why I've gone for Grimaldo. But Frimpong, if you don't care about that at all, Frimpong is absolutely a very, very good asset. Grimaldo, Frimpong, or both, says Nesh, as I've just said. Depends on how you're feeling between the two. Grimaldo usually gets subbed off. So if you're scared like Brest is going to score later on, you can go for Grimaldo. Frimpong, Frimpong, I think, has the better chance of scoring. Grimaldo has a better chance of assisting. Although this season, I think Frimpong has more assists. Both of them are very good. Like at the end of the season, you'll find both of them have like 15 to 20 goal returns, both of them. But for me, I've gone for Grimaldo, but I still think Frimpong is a very, very good option. Watkins of Vlahovic captain. I actually don't like any of them for captaincy, Danish, but if you're choosing between the two, I'm going to go for Watkins. Ray, how are you, man? I'm doing good. Thoughts on Saliba's red card? It was a red card, unfortunately, but you do know why Arsenal fans complain. Chelsea should have had a red card for the same thing as well. Double Arsenal defense on City or on City. Double Arsenal defense for just two defenders, I'd say no. If it's a defender and a goalkeeper and you have a good goalkeeper tomorrow, like the goalkeeper from Inter Milan or something, that is fine. Arsenal have not considered a goal in the Champions League so far this season, and Gabriel and Saliba are probably going to both play. So I have predicted 2-0 for that game. If you're using a limitless, no problem. If you're using a wildcard as well, I think no problem. But the next two games, Arsenal have Sporting and Inter Milan. I think we could concede in both of those games. So for this match, if you're just using a limitless, between Arsenal and Man City, I'd say Man City for this week. Although I do think both teams are going to keep a clean sheet according to my predictions. I'm on a limitless this week. Okay. Hi Glenn, how are you, Ezra? Need limitless or no? How need limitless or no? Have Haaland? You have Haaland, Gyökeres, Kane, Yamal, Vats, Lukman, Bakola, Schlotterbeck, Kim, Saliba, Kanji, Gregorio, Blaswich, Olise, Trent. So you're asking me if you need the limitless for this team. Haaland, Gyökeres, Kane, if you're not planning to use your limitless, that is fine. Yamal, Vats, Lukman, Bakola, Schlotterbeck. I don't think that is bad. Kim, Saliba, Kanji, Gregorio obviously suspended. Those goalkeeper choices are not great, obviously. Now, for me in match day 1, I had the Gregorio for sure. And then I decided not to go for Blaswich because I didn't like their defense in terms of the team that he plays for. So I went with the Bologna goalkeeper instead, and it worked out perfectly for me. The first day it was heartbreaking because Juventus lost the clean sheet in the last minute, but then I went for the Bologna goalkeeper and he kept a clean sheet the next day. And match day 2, I decided to play my limitless, and then I escaped the Gregorio red card, so it didn't hurt me. So now I have decided to move out the Gregorio, and if you add Blaswich, I don't like that goalkeeper combination. So let's see. Olise, Trent. I mean, most of the team is okay. Most of the team is okay. Like 12 of those players are okay. You have Haaland, so that is fine. For me, I didn't have Haaland, so I've had to play the wildcard. Do you still have your 2 transfers? Ezra, let me know. Do you still have your 2 transfers? Or have you already moved, made transfers? Let me know, Ezra. I'm going to come back to your question. Nesh says, Limitless, Raya, Sommer, Grimaldo. For double up on Leverkusen, interesting. Hakimi, Hernandez, Akanji, Lukman, Foden, Pulisic, Bakola, Vats, Haaland, Gyökeres, Vlahovic. No, but I don't think I'd argue with that team at all. Not really. Maybe just the double up on Leverkusen. Maybe if they concede, which I'm expecting them to, you're really banking on attacking returns from both of them. So that's the only issue. Maybe if Ozil, you already have Raya, Grimaldo, Frimpong, Hakimi. I'd rather double up on Inter Milan's defense, Nesh, than Leverkusen's defense if you're playing your limitless. What do you think about Havertz? Says Tidwell Fishing. Obviously, without Saka and Odegaard on the pitch, it becomes very hard for Arsenal to create chances. But I do think if Arsenal are going to score today, it's going to be Havertz. So I don't think you're looking at 2 goals in an assist or something like that. I think if you're going to get a return from Havertz, you're going to get maybe 7 points or something. I can always take Kane, Mbappe, Vini, Watkins, etc. So which one? Between those 4, I'm going to go with Mbappe, then followed by Watkins, then Kane, then Vini. Now, that is not saying Kane is not going to deliver. I actually think Bayern Munich and Barcelona are going to draw 2-2. So that means Kane and Lewandowski and those guys could easily score. But you have to target the easier fixtures. That is, I've been playing UCL fantasy for like 6 years. And the first 2 seasons I was playing it, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to go for, Liverpool players. I'm going to go for Barcelona players. Even though they're playing Bayern Munich, I'm just going to go for them. Real Madrid, even if they're playing, whatever, PSG, I'm just going to go for them. Now, I came to realize that you definitely have to go for the fixtures. Like last match day, I decided to play the limitless because of that, because I was looking at Man City's fixture with Slovan and a couple of other teams like Barcelona against Young Boys. I was like, I have to. Let me not be stupid. I have to. And it did work with the likes of Rafinha and Foden and those guys. Will Vat start? I think he was on the bench. So there's 2 things that could happen, Sam. But if he starts, you're looking at maybe 65 minutes. And there's always a chance he could come off the bench. But I'd say he's going to start and play like 65 minutes. How are you, FIFA bots? Nice thing as always is Pulisic to Gonçalves for -4 worth it. I don't like -4s, man. I don't like taking hits in Champions League fantasy at all. I actually don't like taking hits in every single fantasy game, but especially Champions League fantasy. I mean, Gonçalves could still make the team because he's back from injury. For -4, so you're looking for Pulisic to, get at least a goal. And I think they're going to score a couple of goals against Club Brugge. So for -4, how does the rest of your team look at Jan? If the rest of the team, if you have someone who can come on and play even tomorrow and you feel like, okay, they're still going to score tomorrow or whatever, I'd just gamble on keeping Gonçalves. If you're not playing at cheap, I'd just gamble on keeping Gonçalves. I don't like taking hits in Champions League fantasy because if Pulisic doesn't score and then he gets subbed off at halftime, you lose out very, very badly. And then next time he is playing against Real Madrid. So you also have to look into the future. FIFA bot says Vlahovic, Gyökeres, Watkins, Lautaro pick 2, Gyökeres and Watkins. Will Saka start? Nah. FIFA bot says Theo Hakimi or DiMarco only for this week. For this week, I'm going to go for Theo Hernandez. Will Rico and Vardiol and Lewis start? Vardiol, no. I think Vardiol will be rested. Rico, I actually think there's a chance both of them could be rested, but I think Lewis has the better chance of starting ahead of Vardiol. Ezra says Yildiz and Limitless. I think there are better options. Watkins or Taremi, Watkins, Kumbato says Vini to Vlahovic. Captaincy stuck between Swedish Haaland, Haaland, Gyökeres or Captain America, Pulisic, Swedish. Oh, man. Captain for today, Gyökeres, the Swedish Haaland, Humberto. I'm going to go for Gyökeres today. Pulisic is good, says Julian. He is good and is a good option. I do expect them to score a couple of goals against Club Brugge. Yes, if you're playing a limitless or your wildcard, you can have him in your team. But as a -4, as the earlier comment suggested, too much of a gamble. I've done that like 3-4 times before and it has hurt me. So if you can tell, there's a time I brought in Bernardo Silva for a -4 and I was like, never again. I think he got injured and got subbed off. I think it was 2 seasons ago or something. Best midfielder under 7 million, thinking of Lookman for now, says Feverbots. Lookman is a great option. And then there's a couple of other differentials if you prefer. So this one, not too many people have talked about, but I think for 1 week or something, Tielemans from Aston Villa, he is an option, but not the best of options. But as a massive differential, you can go for Tielemans from Aston Villa. But the best under 7 million, I'd say the one you've picked, Lookman or Kochu from Benfica or Trossard from Arsenal. So there's a lot of options in that. But Trossard would be the last of those options because there's a chance he might not even play today, although he is in my starting lineup in midfield. Thinking of Kent Taremi and upgrade Yamal to Salah. Kent Taremi and upgrade. Yeah, that doesn't sound bad and like a bad idea as well. That doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. So you're playing a limitless. Okay, are you using Wildcard, says Johnny? I am. So I've decided to use my Wildcard because if I read for you my original team, let me just read for you my original team. I'm coming back to your questions right now. My original team, so the one that I would have had if I didn't play a wildcard, I had Kane, Gyökeres, and Mbappe up front. Not the end of the world. That was my front three. Midfield, though, had Saka, Musiala, Gonçalves, Yamal, and Kuhn from Celtic. So first of all, Kuhn was a good differential for matchday 1. It worked. I think he got an assist, but matchday 2, I played my limitless, so I didn't really know how he did. Matchday 3 against Atalanta, I don't like that fixture for him. Gonçalves is just returning from injury. I don't know how long he can play, if he's even going to play. Saka is injured. I don't expect him to play. Musiala has been injured. I don't think he's going to play too long, and he has Barcelona away anyway. So my only good midfielder is Yamal for this match day, and he's playing against Bayern Munich as well. So my either. Defensively, I had Grimaldo, Schlotterbeck, Saliba, Cambiaso, and Petrovski. Some random guy from, I think, Salzburg. So I didn't like that team. And goalkeeper-wise, I had Grigorian Skorupski, who's playing against Aston Villa away. So that is why I decided to play my wildcard. This is I'm playing it very aggressive. I usually play it very, safe. Let me save the match day. Let me save the limitless to match day 5. Let me save the wildcard to, later on. This time I've gone for it very quickly. Limitless match day 2 and wildcard. My team is not looking good. Let's play my wildcard right now because I didn't have any Man City players. I didn't have any Inter Milan players, and that is a problem. So next up in my team, one player that is definitely going to be in my team is, let's go to the forward line. And not having Haaland against Sparta Prague, that really scared me. So Gyökeres is definitely going to be in my team. Where is Gyökeres? Yeah, so Gyökeres is definitely going to be in my team. So that's my next pick on the wildcard. And Gyökeres, so I have a plan to go forward. Gyökeres will be in my team this match day, but I'm going to take him out next match day because next up for Sporting, they have Man City and Arsenal. So I am going to take him out. And then for next match day, I am planning to, go like Lewandowski has an easier fixture next time. So that could be a way to get Lewandowski next time. If you're playing your wildcard, and especially if you've already used your limitless like me, you have to now really plan like for the next 3 match days as well because you don't have any other way to escape. Your best Inter Milan defender, Bastoni for recovery points. Yeah, Bastoni for everything. Clean sheet, recovery points, Bastoni for sure, and guaranteed starts. I usually like Di Marco and Augusto, but you never know who's going to play, so that is a problem. The likes of Dumfries as well. So Bastoni is just a safe pick. If you are 100% sure that Dumfries is starting and Di Marco is starting, those are the guys that would have been going for the wing backs, but for safety reasons, Bastoni. Best transfer for Pavlovic, how much do you have, Majani? But if you're looking for someone like I'd probably go for Zakaria from Monaco. It's a good option. Or maybe Kochi from Benfica if you can afford him. What's your top 3 limitless forwards then, says Ray? Gyökeres, Haaland, for sure, both of them. And then the third one would probably be Staff. I wouldn't have Watkins there. Would be probably my 4th or 5th. Third one would be very difficult. In my original limitless team, the video I did, I think I had Havertz there. But I think Havertz is not going to score for you like 2 goals and an assist, like explosive returns, especially without Saka and Odegaard. So I am going to say I would have thought about an Inter Milan forward as well, but the rotation is too much for me. So I am going to go for That's a difficult question, Ray. For the third one, there's so many other options as well. I think I also talked about Vlahovic. So you know what, Watkins and then Vlahovic. Between those two, because they have the home fixtures. I still go for those two. Raya, Blasic, Grimaldo, Lewis, Saliba, over to who? Haaland, Gyökeres, Kane, says Johnny. So defensively, is this just your normal team, or are you playing a chip or something? Yeah, I'm guessing you're not playing a chip because you have Blasic there. Haaland, Gyökeres, Kane. If you're not, how many transfers do you have as well, Johnny? Midfield, McGinn, Kuhn. That's midfield. So you see, I had Kuhn as well in my midfield, and those are one of the reasons why I had to play my wildcard, because I just don't like that midfield that I had with Saka and Kuhn, and Gonçalves. Too many risks, and I don't want to drop in ranks. So that's why I had to play my wildcard and then gamble for the next 3 match days. So that team, if you still have your 2 transfers, I'd be looking to. If you still have your 2 transfers, then I'd keep the defense same, and then triple up against Bayern Munich is very scary. Kuhn, if you can upgrade Kuhn, you know what I'd do in your team, Johnny? I'd take out Kane. I bring in a cheaper striker, maybe like a Watkins or someone, and then I'd upgrade Kuhn to like a Kochu from Benfica or something like that. If you still have your 2 transfers, I would stick with Gonçalves even if he doesn't look like he would start. As long as you have someone when a Sporting play that's playing today, right? If you have someone tomorrow who you're able to bring off the bench, you can gamble on it. I don't like -4s. Is Diaz the safest one-step option right now? Probably. I think he'll start with Akanji. Defensively, yeah. I have Haaland, Kane, and then another thing Diaz does these days, because teams usually pack the bus against Man City, see him taking a lot of shots. I have Haaland, Kane, Frimpong on the bench, and Atalanta keeper. Yeah, that's good enough. So you don't have to take a -4. Just gamble on Gonçalves. Even if he gets 1 point, you have someone to bring off the bench, but don't take a -4. If you're playing a cheap, then I'd gamble on Pulisic. I don't see him going out there and scoring a hat-trick today. That could be famous last words. Havertz or Vlahovic, I'd go for Vlahovic, Jason. Which chip are you playing though? So for me, because I'm an Arsenal fan, I am probably going to say Havertz, but I don't want to give you that as an answer because you're not Arsenal fans or whatever. And I love enjoying the game, so I usually have to have at least one Arsenal forward or something. But in your case, I think Vlahovic is the better option. Also considering Havertz next time, especially if it's a wildcard or just a transfer, Havertz has Sporting and Inter Milan. I don't see us to scoring too many goals in those games. So on a limitless, just Vlahovic. Is Foden and Musiala safe to pick? Foden, yes. Musiala, nope. Vlahovic or Taremi, Vlahovic, Nesh. Didn't you already play free hit last week too? Yep, I played my limitless last week, Bezard. I played my limitless. Should I pick Digne or 4.5 million Inter Milan defender suggest for me? Please, I'd go for Digne. I love Digne as an option. This week, left back, goes forward, gets assists. I have him in my FPL as well. FPL Sparta says, all right. Oh, I still have 2 free transfers to do if I use limitless. I will have 4 transfers next week. Nope. You only have 2 transfers next time. If you play a limitless, you'll still have 2 transfers next time. Will Saka play? I need to be sure before picking him. No, I wouldn't take that gamble. Even if he was fit, I wouldn't play him anyway. We have such an important game this weekend against Liverpool. He has to be there. So I think Arsenal can beat Shakhtar without Saka, but beating Liverpool without Saka is quite tough. So I think Saka, either way, even if he started, you could get subbed off earlier, you could come on or something. I wouldn't take the risk. I think I'm going to take the wildcard, says Johnny. If you have a good plan for the next 2-3 match days, then you can use it. I called up at told me Saka is not in the squad for Shakhtar, says Ray. Yeah, that's a good thing. I don't want him to be in the squad anyway for that game. Best City defender this match day, Akanji Sparta. How are you doing, Rehan? Nice seeing you here as always. Best Inter Milan attacker. That's very tough because the way they like rotate. If I was sure that Thuram would start or Lautaro Martinez would start or even Anatovic should start or someone, I'm just going to say Lautaro, Nesh. And Çalhanoğlu is now injured, by the way. I took out Gonçalves and Taremi and Havertz to Bellingham because I'm a Real fan, of course, and Vlahovic and Gyökeres as captain. So I took out Gonçalves, Taremi, and Havertz for Bellingham, Vlahovic, Gyökeres. That's good. That looks like a good, 3 good transfers to me. So do you reckon I should use my limitless or no, says Ezra? So Let's take a look at your team again. Did you say you already used your transfer? I still have 2 transfers. Okay. Let's check Ezra's team again, and then I go back to my Wildcard team on screen. So many comments. Okay, this is Ezra's team. So have Haaland, Gyökeres, Kane, Yamal, Vats, Lukman, Bakola, Schlotterbeck. I mean, in your case, the team is not that bad because you already have Haaland. I mean, I'd be using the 2 transfers, to be honest, as well. In your situation, you already have Lukman. That is good. A lot of people would go for Lukman on a limitless or a wildcard. Vats is fine. Yamal. Okay, the only why is that Kim I don't like at all. Kim I don't like. I usually people go for Kim in their teams. I don't think I've ever gone for Kim. I don't like him as an option. I'll just use the 2 transfers, and then in your scenario, I'd take out Kim, and then I'd take out Di Gregorio, and then just hope Kane does score against Barcelona. So remove Di Gregorio, go for a different goalkeeper, and then remove Kim. That is what to do. Because the rest of your team, Schlotterbeck can still get recovery points. You already have a Kanji, Saliba is there, Lukman is there, Vats is there. I still think, even if you're to use your limitless right now, Ezra, you would still keep Haaland, you would keep Gyökeres, you would probably keep Saliba, you'd keep Akanji, you'd even keep Trent as well. So when I use my limitless, I'm looking to change like at least 11 players or 12 players. So 6, 7, I think is a bit of a waste. So let me go back to my team and who is next pick in my team. So my wildcard is active, as mentioned earlier. Wildcard is active. So let's put it to this so people know that the wildcard is active. So midfield, let's go for my first midfielder. Definitely Man City. Another reason why I've had to play my wildcard, I am going to go for Phil Foden for sure. Phil Foden. I gambled on him on my limitless last time and it worked for me, so I'm happy with that. So Foden is in my team in midfield. And then goalkeeper, let me pick one goalkeeper. I'm going to go for sure Sommer. Sommer for sure is going to be in the team 100%. Sommer is going to be in the team 100%. So the wildcard team is coming together. The wildcard team is coming together. So far, that is my pick in terms of the wildcard. 2 Man City players, Foden and Haaland. Surely we are going to get returns. And this is the only time I can actually support Man City to score goals because I can't in the Premier League. So there's that as well. Go Upamecano instead of him. Oh, hell no. Those are the kind of players that can make you quit Champions League fantasy. Frimpong or Grimaldo. For me, I've gone for Grimaldo. I think Frimpong is still a very good player, to be honest, but just because Grimaldo gets subbed off earlier, he has better chance of banking the clean sheet, hopefully. Yamal 50-60 max because of the Saturday Clasico. Yep, they're playing Madrid over the weekend. As a Barcelona fan, I considered Madrid much more important than Bayern. I mean, in the Champions League, the way the new Champions League is, you don't have to win. That's why so far, Madrid have lost a game, Barcelona have lost a game, Man City have drawn a game, Arsenal have drawn a game. Like, there's no one who's going to finish with 24 points out of 24. Actually, the highest could be like 19 points. I can see the highest team maybe having 6 wins, a draw, and a loss. Why is that? Because you only just really need to win 4 of your home games and draw 4 of your away games. Or in Barcelona's case, and the case of like which other team? Man City can just say, okay, let's draw it Inter Milan at home, and Barcelona can say, okay, let's just draw it Bayern Munich at home. Even Bayern Munich, both of them could just be happy with the draw as long as they beat the other teams that they're playing with. Like Bayern Munich can score 9 goals against Dinamo Zagreb, draw it Barcelona, that is fine for them. So I get what you mean, Johnny. They don't really have to win this game. Even if they draw, that's a good result. Even if they lose, Barcelona will still go through next time. So I get you. But since it's a home game, I would say Yamal maybe 65, 70 around there, and then get subbed off. Coach or Yamal on a wildcard says Kuko. I'd go for Coach on a wildcard. Wait. On a wildcard, I'd go for Yamal. On a wildcard, I'd go for Yamal because you also have to look at the fixtures that are coming up next up. So if you're playing a wildcard, I'd go for Yamal because Coach is like this particular week, really. And next time, I think Coach is playing. One of them is playing against Bayern Munich. Is it Coach? But Yamal is playing against Bayern Munich this week. But I think Monaco have a very tough fixture next time. Let me just confirm that. Monaco. No, that's Inter Milan. Monaco. Not Monaco, Benfica. Why am I looking at Monaco? I've been thinking about Zakaria too many times. Coach, Benfica. I think they're playing Bayern next time, right? Yeah, they are. So Bayern Munich next time for Coach. So not a great fixture next time. So I'd go for Yamal, and Yamal has a great fixture next time. Thank you, Ray. This is a Japanese jersey. I love the Japanese jerseys. They have a lot. This the ones that they put out. Japan has a lot of these kits, and it's like drawn a lot of stuff on. And I don't know if I can show you guys. It's amazing. It's literally have like this. It's super amazing, the Japanese kits. Why don't other countries like make these kits as well? But Japan is absolutely amazing. Let's see. You're welcome. Is it Kuka? Am I saying your name right, or Kucha? Let's see. So I have Grimaldo and Saliba in defense so far. So I have to have an Inter Milan defender, even though I already have some. I love Inter Milan against young boys, and I think the defenders are more guaranteed than the forward players. And young boys have not scored a single goal so far in the Champions League, and Inter Milan have not conceded a goal. So that works out perfectly. So probably young boys are going to win 3-0. I'm going to go for Bastoni as my next defender for sure. Bastoni is next in my team. Kurka. Okay. Thank you, man. Nesh says your thoughts of Minamino or any Monaco midfielder they're playing against weak defenders. I know Red Star not the best in terms of the defense. I like Minamino and the other guy that is playing on the right wing, the guy who starts with A. He has a long name, I know. Even the striker was starting the Switzerland striker, but the problem with the striker, he could get subbed off. So Monaco, I like this other midfielder. Where is he? And this guy is Nesh is almost able to read my mind. Nesh just read my mind. I'm definitely going to go for Monaco player. So it's going to be between one of them, Minamino or this other guy, Akiluche, because that fixture is too good. So yeah, I've even thought about Zakaria, because Zakaria also the recovery points in midfield. I think the two of them, Akiluche and Minamino, could be good, any of them. Played my wildcard, needed to change 4.5 million players. Yep. Forward, Haaland, Vlahovic, not decided yet. Midfield, Foden, Vats, Pulisic, Akiluche, Yamal. Defender, Hernandez. So Ryan has actually got for Akiluche. Defenders, Hernandez, Grimaldo, Jimenez, Gvardiol. 8.3 million in the bank. So which if I do Gvardiol to Lewis, I'll have 9.2 million in the bank and can get Griezmann. So this is a wildcard. So wildcard, remember, Ryan, we have to look at the next at least three match days. So Haaland, fine. Vlahovic also, I don't mind him at all. Foden, I think he will play most of the Champions League games, so that is fine. Same with Vats. Pulisic, next up they have Madrid, but let's see, you still have 2 transfers next time. Akiluche is fine. They still have a good fixture next time. Monaco, Yamal is fine as well. Hernandez, Grimaldo, I don't have a problem with any of them. So Gvardiol to Lewis, 9.2 million in the bank. Yeah, Gvardiol, I don't think he's going to play. So I'd take out Gvardiol for sure. I'd bring on Akanji though, Ryan. I'd bring on Akanji because there's still a risk that both Lewis and Gvardiol could be benched. I see you could talk about Lewis in the future as well, the future games, but I'd go for Akanji, to be honest, in terms of if you're really wanting a Man City defender. And then you still like have 8 million in the bank. Griezmann, who is the forward player? Haaland, Vlahovic. I think you can get other better forward players than Griezmann. So do that first. Just take out Gvardiol and bring in Akanji, and then let me know how much you have remaining from that, because I think there's other forward players that you can go for other than Griezmann. Thoughts and Retchegui, that is one of them. Foot has just answered you, Rehan. That is one of the strikers that you can go for way more cheaper than Griezmann. Retchegui is great. I love him. He missed a penalty against Arsenal, so I absolutely love him. But he's been on absolutely incredible form so even for Italy, I watched him playing for Italy. Was it against Belgium or someone? One of the teams during the international break. He's been amazing this, and I think that is a very, very good option, especially if you're on a wildcard. Retchegui is a very, very good option up front. If Havertz scores a hat-trick, I'm coming for you, says Ray. I love Havertz. I'm one of the few people that said Havertz was going to do well for us. The problem is, like, if we don't have like Saka or Odegaard on the pitch, the creativity becomes a bit low, unless because Arsenal is playing against Shakhtar, a slightly weaker team, then he can still score. And another reason I like Havertz for this week, Ray, is because if Arsenal get a penalty, is the one who's going to take it. If Saka and I've not had a lot of people talking about that because we've not gotten any penalty this season. If Odegaard and Saka are not on the pitch, Havertz is the one who's going to take the penalty. Watkins, Havertz, or Vlahovic on Limitless. What do you think? I'm also thinking about Rodriguez as a differential, but I'd rather pick one for today. Okay, interesting. If you're looking for one for today, I think Watkins. Now, Watkins against Bologna, I don't think Bologna is an easy team defensively either way. I think the most goals Aston Villa are going to score is 2. But I also don't think Stuttgart are easy for Juventus neither. So the one who has the best fixture is Havertz. But Havertz as well, without Saka and Odegaard, it becomes a problem. But in my original Limitless team, the video I did, I had Vlahovic as a differential. That was my first pick, but I think they're very close with Watkins. I think that is a 50-50 decision. Both of them have home games. I don't think Stuttgart and Bologna are easy, any two of them. Havertz has the easiest fixture, is on penalties, but Arsenal could slightly struggle for creativity. And because Arsenal is playing Liverpool over the weekend, he could also get subbed off. So, man, this is a hard one. It's funny you said Rodriguez. I think Rodriguez could be the best option, but if you're looking for one for today, I'm just going to say Watkins. Minamino, Pulisic, between those two, I'm going to say Pulisic. Trossard or Martinelli, I'm going to say Martinelli. I think Trossard could easily be on the bench or something. I think both of them are going to start. Both of them should start for me. Trossard in midfield, Martinelli on the left. I'd actually say both of them will start unless Atta decides to go for Merino again. I don't think so. Or punishes Trossard for making the mistake over the weekend. I think Martinelli is the one who's going to start on the left side. 40th in your league, trying to break top 10 this game week. I don't know how many people have joined so far. By the way, thank you for reminding me, Nash. If you haven't joined the league yet, the code is in the description, or if you want just if you're on the code, there's the code for the league. NFMFgw. So that's the code to join the Everything Football League. And as I say that, let me go to my predictions for this week. So my predictions, I'm going to go for Matchday 3 predictions. Monaco 3, Red Star 0. I think it's going to be a comfortable game for them. I'm going to go for AC Milan 3, Club Brugge 1. So I have gone for Milan to score a couple of goals if you have Pulisic and Leao and those guys. Arsenal 2, Shakhtar 0. So clean sheet for Arsenal there, but not too many goals. Juventus 2, Stuttgart 1. So I have gone for Juventus to win, score 2 goals, but I think Stuttgart are going to score. Sturm Graz 1, Sporting 3. So Gyökeres was also rested over the weekend. I followed the Sporting game and he came off the bench. So I'm looking at 90 minutes for Gyökeres today. Real Madrid 2, Dortmund 1. I don't think it's going to be easy for Real Madrid. I think Ray will agree with that. I mean, it could also be 3-2, but I'm just going to think Rudiger is going to defend well and stuff. I'm going to go for 2-1. PSG to also beat PSG to beat PSV 2-1. Aston Villa to beat Bologna 2-0. So not too many goals, but I'm thinking 2-0 for Aston Villa. Same with Girona, 2-0. I think I skipped a comment. I saw a comment about Girona and then I skipped it by mistake. Let me go scroll up and see. So someone's asking about a Girona player. I don't like Girona options, to be honest. I know they're playing a very easy team. I don't like Brian Gill as an option too much. We're going to come back to that question. Atalanta 3, Celtic 1. So Atalanta to get a couple of goals there. Brest 1, Leverkusen 2. I've gone for Leipzig 1, Liverpool 2. I've gone for Man City to concede, but they will score 4 goals. So Man City don't have a great defense. Like out of the 7-8 games Man City have played this season, Fulham could have scored 4 against them as well. Wolves could have had a couple against them, and I think Brentford could have scored a couple forward. And because of the rotation, Sparta could get a goal from somewhere. Barcelona 2, Bayern Munich 2, Atletico Madrid beat Lille 2-1, Salzburg 2, Dinamo 1, and then I've gone for Benfica to beat Feyenoord 2-0. And then this is Young Boys against Inter Milan. I have gone for Young Boys not to score once again. Inter Milan 3, Young Boys 0. So those are my predictions for this week. Let's see more of your questions. Bezard says next player. Okay. Next player, let me go back to midfield. I am going to go for I'm using my wildcard. So Yamal was in my team previously. I'm going to keep him in my team because of the future fixtures. So Yamal stays in my team. Another reason why Yamal is going to stay in my team is because of the ownership. Like, I don't expect Bayern Munich to keep a clean sheet. So if Yamal scores and I don't have him and he's owned by 62%, that is trouble. So I've gone for him in my team for sure. I'm not going to change it. Because now, since I've already used my limitless and I'm using my wildcard, I have to really plan ahead as well. I can't just go for players for this week and then next match day find myself in a tough position. If you are in Havertz position, what kind of style would you adapt to play against Shakhtar if you are Havertz? Adapt if I was Havertz, just through balls and stuff like that, because he scored a couple of chips this year and headers and stuff. Just that time the runs with the headers and the one-on-one chances. You're welcome. Retugu is currently in my team, but he's not minutes risk. Played only 30 minutes against Shakhtar. Don't know why. I think he came on in that game. I think he's going to play, though. He's been on such good form, Ryan, and I think he only really needs like 70 minutes. Wildcard active, says Johnny Grimaldo. Saliva. Oh my goodness, John. Johnny has no respect towards Saliba. Bastoni, Akanji, Kubasi, or other, maybe Van Dijk. Wildcard. Okay, so for the wildcard, I'd not go for Van Dijk because Van Dijk has Leverkusen and Madrid coming up next. So that's why I've not gone for. I've not really been keen on Liverpool defenders. If you already had them and you have transfers, you can just keep them for Leipzig. But next up, Leverkusen, and then they'll have Real Madrid as well. I don't see Liverpool keeping any clean sheet in the next 3 match days, starting with Leipzig one. So I'd stick with the ones that you already had, Johnny. I wouldn't really go for Van Dijk. Watkins of Vlahovic, I'd go for. Again, Johnny, depends. If you're using your wild card, I think Watkins is still good. I think Watkins has Club Brugge next up, so I'm still going to say Watkins. Double up on Dembele, Bakola. No, I don't like that idea, Marcus. PSG have not been great so far this season. PSG didn't score against Arsenal in the first game against Girona. They were very lucky to. Basically, PSG have not scored their own goal this season. The first game, they got a goal from Girona. It was an own goal, and they didn't score in the second game. I know Dembele didn't play against Arsenal, but double up, no, there's too many other midfielders. I'd rather even just gamble on a Man City midfielder to play, to double up on. See. No, I think Bastoni is too good, man. The ball recoveries, and he's always a guaranteed starter. In Inter Milan, good fixtures always. Bastoni is just a safe pick, very, very safe pick. And on a wild card, Bastoni, covers for me for a lot of weeks. So Bastoni is the kind of player I'm going to bring in right now, and then I'm not going to take him out again until the end of the league phase. Did Gvardiol to Akanji still 8.3 million in the bank? Okay, so you're looking for a forward, Rehan, with 8.3 million. I'll really be looking at Retugu, Rehan. I'd really be looking at Retugu. Liverpool, I think Nunes could start because Jota is injured, but too much of a risk. If you're on a wildcard, Liverpool have 2 tough fixtures coming up against Leverkusen and Madrid. So if you're on a limitless, though, if you want a gamble, Nunes could be a gamble, but I think there's so many other good strikers you can go for on a wildcard or a limitless as a differential. Retugu is one of them. Gyökeres is there. You can even go for Di Maria if you prefer. You can even go for Havertz if you prefer. You can go for, I think it's called Kerem from Benfica. There's so many other players you can go for up front, Rehan, especially if you're looking to save cash. I think you have to save cash. Let me go for my next pick before I get too late. Next up. Let's see. Next up. Gittens or Rogers, says Brooke. Gittens against Madrid, that is tough. I'm going to go for Rogers. I have Rogers in my FPL. Girona question was mine, says Johnny. You're asking for a player from Girona. Like Girona, because they've not been that great so far. I know they have such a good fixture, but if I was to go for someone for Girona, I know Gil, a lot of people have Gil. Before the season started, they had a couple of differentials from Girona, but I can see one of them is injured. Would I really go for Girona play? I think Slovan could score, so I would not go for a defender. And I don't even know. I think Gil is injured or something. I don't like any of these options from Girona, to be honest. I don't like any of the Giron options. I know the fixture is very tempting, Johnny, but those options, man, I don't like the options, man. Nesh says Haaland, Yoko is in best third forward in Limitless. I'm just going to say Watkins for that one. What would you do with Nabri? Depends on your situation. Mihailo, I think. What would you do with Nabri? So depends on the situation. If you're playing Limitless, definitely take him out. If you're playing Wildcard, definitely take him out. If you just have transfers and you have other major problems like Saka to take out and players like that, I would just keep Nabri. But if you don't have too many other problems, then I would take out Nabri. Calafiori can be a good differential shot, says Ray. Too risky. Too risky as well. I think he's going to start, but also Zinchenko is back. So personally, I would start Zinchenko because we have Liverpool this weekend. Address players. Okay, my next pick on my wildcard. Let's go back to midfield. I am going to go for, you guessed it, I've talked about him a lot this video. He's definitely going to be in my team, and that is Coach. Welcome to my team, Coach. Benfica, I know they have a tough fixture next game, but I'm also looking at the future after that, 3-4 games after that. Coach is a great option. So that is my next pick. And I might as well complete the... I might take out the headache for you guys and just tell you who I'm going to go for as my forward player next up. We've talked about Arsenal not being too creative, but there's twice the last 2 years, last season and this season. Last season, Arsenal played against Lons and Arsenal won 6-0. I think Arsenal just maybe lost a game or something. And I was like, nah, Arsenal forward players, no, this player could miss. Let me not go for a forward player. And then everyone scored. And it really hurt me because I was like, nah, I really wanted to go for them because I knew Arsenal would win this game. I'm not going to do it again. I am going to go for him. I am going to go for Havertz. I have to have an Arsenal forward player against Shakhtar. I'm not going to not have an Arsenal player. So I'm going to have Havertz up front for me. I don't think it's the best option. I really do think the likes of Retegui are better options, but... And maybe I need to take out my Arsenal hat for this one, but I'm just going to stick with Havertz for this one. I'm playing my wildcard foot, so I'm going with it as I'm talking to you guys. I'm sorting it out. Remember, you get a PS5 if you score the highest points this game week. How about we win it all, Ray? How about we win the whole thing? Activated Limitless, Vlahovic, Gyökeres, Haaland, Gundogan, Salah, Martinelli, Lookman. Limitless activated, okay. Martinez, Sommer. Goalkeeper, that's fine. Bastonia, Kanji, Pau, Torres, Gabriel. That is also fine. Personally, I want Gabriel to be rested. Let me see if there's any Arsenal news. I want Gabriel to be rested because Saliba is out for the weekend. If Gabriel also picks up a knock in this game, we are finished against Liverpool. So I would actually go for Calafiori, Ben White, and Saliba for today's game. I think Saliba is the... I think Gabriel will play the way I think him and Saliba will play. The problem is I think they're the best options. If I was 100% sure that White or Gabriel would play on a Limitless, I'd go for them. But I'd keep the defense same. I like Pau Torres as well as a differential option. Although, Ezra, since you already have Martinez doubling up on Aston Villa, Bastonia, Kanji, Gabriel, you already have Arsenal, Inter Milan, and Man City. You already have Sommer as well. I don't think I'd double up on Aston Villa's defense, Ezra. I don't think I'd double up on them. Pulisic, Lookman, Martinelli, Salah, Gundogan. Wow. Gundogan. Ooh, I'd not go for Gundogan as well. I think Foden is way more attacking, especially if they end up like resting Haaland. Foden could be the false number 9. I would have Foden there instead of Gundogan. On a Limitless, I do not like Gundogan as an option. Although the thing with Gundogan, he does get into the box a lot. He has misses, but he gets into the box a lot. So I see the idea, Ezra's idea there. Let's see. Is there any other news on Arsenal? Let me see. I'm sure Saka is not going to play. If Saka plays, that has hidden it very well because there's not been any leaks at all. Nuno Mendes or Digne. Digne Johnny. I think PSV will score. Dembele, Bakola, Dembele, Marcus. Is this a wildcard? Yes, Julian. Good luck, says Chika. Nice seeing you, Chika. I know you're a Dortmund fan, right? I've not forgotten. One question. Kolasinac was Acosta from Atalanta. Kolasinac. I think he had an injury. You're sick over the weekend, but I think it's very cheap. So I'd go for Kolasinac between those two. Lukman of Vats, I'm there now, says Marcus. Lukman of Vats. On a limitless, I would go for. On a limitless, I'd go for Lukman. On a wildcard, I'd go for Vats. Am I confusing myself? I think, okay, just forgetting everything else, I think the best option there is Lukman because of that fixture that they have. Vats, you can always bring him in. But Lukman, I'd go for Lukman. Is Saka fit? No. I don't think there's any news on Arsenal. I think we just have to gamble. Your statement, Johnny, I'm going to come back to that. Your statement just now made me switch Gabriel to Saliba. And Gabriel scores. Oh no, Ray. Ray is going to have a lot of problems with me if Gabriel scores. Raya, Soma, Saliba, Grimaldo, Bastonia, Kanji, Digne, Yamal, Rafinha, Kochu, Foden, Lukman, Watkins, Gyökeres, Haaland. The goalkeeper, fine. Defensively, I'm happy with that as well. Yamal, Rafinha. That, if it's a wildcard, Yamal and Rafinha against Barcelona, man. This is a limitless though for sure. Haaland, Gyökeres, Watkins up front, that is fine. You're a Barcelona fan. Okay, if you're a Barcelona fan, I get. I also have Havertz because I'm an Arsenal fan. Yamal, Rafinha. I think Barcelona is still going to score 2 goals. It's going to be a 2-2 draw. But is there anyone that you're missing? Anyone else that you're missing? There's other differential options from Monaco and Benfica, and they have very easy fixtures. You already have Kochu. Monaco has very easy fixtures as well. So I'd be tempted to remove Rafinha and have, one of the cheaper midfielders from like a Monaco or something, because that is what I've personally done, Johnny, and that is my next pick. Midfield, let's go to Monaco. Welcome to my team. Welcome to my Monaco. If you're on a wildcard, if you look at Monaco's fixtures, Monaco next up, they have Red Star, then Bologna, then Benfica at home. Then they'll have Arsenal, and then the last 3 are hard, but the next 3, you can always take them out before they face Arsenal away. But Red Star, Bologna, Benfica, those are fixtures I can see Monaco scoring, and that is where I've gone for Akiluche in my team. Welcome to my team, Akiluche. Welcome to my team. Let's see. Musiala is listed, says Johnny. I had him in my original team, but a tough fixture. He's been injured. I don't like it as a pick, to be honest. Captain Havertz or Gyökeres for today? Nah, I'm not going to go as far as captaining Havertz. Jose, I'm not going to go into captaining Havertz. It's too risky, especially if Saka and Odegaard are both not there. It's too risky. If Saka and Odegaard are there, yes, Havertz scored 10 goals against, not 10 goals, 10, I wish, 10 points against PSG. But as you saw, the cross came from who? From Saka. So Captain Gyökeres, that is an easier fixture. I know, Ray. I know. I'm going to show one more. Now you made me doubt about picking Gabriel over Saliba. I don't think Atta will think like me though. For me, I'm just nervous because I'm like, if Gabriel gets injured and then we don't have both Gabriel and Saliba for Liverpool, we are finished. There's a chance Gabriel could be subbed off if your Arsenal have a comfortable lead, but the game is on Sunday as well. So does Atta feel like the game is too far anyway? Another thing that could happen is Atta could be like, okay, since Saliba is not there over the weekend, let me test the players who are going to play over the weekend. So let me test Gabriel next to Ben White and put Saliba on the bench for this one as well. It's very risky. But for me, I've just gone for Saliba, the one who's not going to play over the weekend. I think Atta is just going to play him today. My limitless, Gyökeres, Haaland, Taremi, Pulisic, Foden, Vats, Salah, Kochu, Theo Hernandez, Digne, Saliba. Yes, Dortmund fan forever. Yep, so I was right. I think your team is okay. Are you missing anyone? I mean, you already have Soma. That is fine. I think that fixture for Inter Milan is too easy. I think that Inter Milan fixture is too easy, man. I think we need more than one player from Inter Milan. I think that fixture is too easy for them. Too easy. I've gone for a double up. The rest of the team, I like the rest of the team. You've covered Man City. You've covered AC Milan. That's fine. I have 2.5 million in the bank, says Johnny. 2.5 million in the bank. Johnny, remind me one more time. I'm confusing. Are you playing your wildcard or your limitless? And then I'll finish off your question. Oh, we have 2 minutes remaining. Let me just answer your question the way it is. There's also no problem with keeping some money in the bank, by the way. Especially if you already use your wildcard in my situation, it's going to help you in the future having some money in the bank. So if you love your team, Johnny, and you don't need to do anything else, keep the money. It's going to help you now when you're in a tough situation. Theo or Pulisic captain? Pulisic. Last decision is Vats or Kochu on wildcard. I'd go for Kochu. I'll stick to Gabriel. I believe in my fellow Brazilian, says Ray. Let's go. Wildcard, okay. Akilucha for Rafinha, but Barcelona fixtures will be easy. I get what you mean. Wildcard. So it's for wildcard. I see what you mean. So if you're planning to, you can always plan like to, bring them in the next game. Like for me, I really want Lewandowski for the next fixture that you're talking about, but I don't think this is the best fixture to have him in. So I already have the plans to bring in Lewandowski next time. My next pick and the last pick I'm going to show you guys is my my goalkeeper. I'm going to post my final team on the community tab immediately. So I am going to stick with the Bologna goalkeeper because I love him and Sommer. I've looked at their fixtures and they play on different days between now all the way to match day or match day 7. So that is where I've gone for him. So my next 3 picks, you will find out. You'll even find out on this stream anyway. You will find out on this stream anyway. You will find out on this stream. You will definitely find out on this stream. Okay, let me do this. Just a minute. You can always rely on him. I get what you mean. Let me even turn on the TV. I don't know which game I'm going to watch. So good luck, sir. Johnny says, good luck to you, Johnny, as well. I don't trust Inter Milan. They tend to rotate a lot, especially in easier fixtures. I get what you mean. But I think Bastoni will play and Sommer will play. Don't disagree. Double up with Inter having a defender, though. Yeah, that is why I'm not going for any forward player from them. So my final team, we go here. So there you go. So that is my final team. I have gone for Havertz, Gyökeres, and Haaland up front. Gyökeres is my captain. Midfield, I've gone for Yamal as mentioned. Foden as mentioned. Akilochi as mentioned. On my bench, Kochu and Lookman. So I have put Lookman in my team. And then defensively, I've gone for Theo Hernandez, Saliba, Bastoni. Schlotterbeck is going to remain in my team because of the fixtures that are coming up. And then Grimaldo is also going to remain in my team. And then Sommer and Skorupski. So not. I didn't leave too much out. It's just Theo Hernandez and Schlotterbeck. I'm going to keep Schlotterbeck because of the easier fixtures coming up. And I can't go for too many differentials and too many, okay, this is a good fixture for match day 3. Without looking at match day 4, match day 5, especially now that I don't have a limitless and I don't have a wildcard. So let's take a look at the league table before we finish up. I'm currently top of the Everything Football League. That is going to be my biggest flex. Number 1 on the Everything Football League, that is big. Number 2, we have Cola J. Number 3, we have, that's a German name. I'm not going to pronounce that. Warners, number 4. So 219. So I'm hopefully by the end of the match, I'm still number 1. I don't want to drop out of there. But let's see. Good luck, everyone, says Ray. Good luck, everyone, says Chika. Already have 2 points with Pulisic and Theo. Developers did a good job this time with the app. They did. I like what they did with the app as well. Not only that, even NBA. If you watch NBA, I play the NBA fantasy as well, and it's starting today. NBA. The way they have the format is so nice. Not bad. It's still very early in the league. I'm on 200 points right now, says Danish. Not bad. You can always, this week, like things can change very quickly. I'm top right now, but if I have a bad week, I can move from first to 40th this week. It's like can easily go that way. So hopefully not, but let's see. You're doing better than me this time, not jinxing at all. Yeah, last time I think you finished top of the country or something. Good luck once again. I appreciate it. So I'm going to post my final team on the community tab. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you have any questions for your subs for tomorrow, you can put it in this video and then I'm going to answer them. Thank you guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. I'll catch up with you on the next one.